What's good, everybody, and welcome back to Soul Food Sunday. Hey, check this out. This is our second annual Soul Food Sunday. Listen, it's coming, from myself, AB, and it's coming from another channel. Listen, if you guys followed it last year, you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about soul food cooking. Hey, with that being said, listen, I'm finna show you guys just how easy it is to make, smothered potatoes and onions. Now listen, there's a lot of different ways you can do this. I actually went over somebody's house and they made it and they said it was smothered, but they were more like soft potatoes and onion. But I'm gonna show you how to make this gravy, how to put it on top. And if you wanna know what to pair it with, if you guys ever been to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, if you look at the letter G, that's the Big Mama special. That's what this is right here. That's what inspired me to do this right here. So listen, you pair it with some cheesy eggs and cheesy eggs and onions and a buttermilk biscuit. Hey, so listen, I'm not gonna over talk it so we can get right into this into these ingredients. So let's get it. Okay, now look, these are the ingredients, right, to make the gravy. You gotta have, we're gonna use chicken broth, right? So we're gonna use this chicken broth. Now that's gonna bring me into this right here. I've already took the potatoes, look at this right here, and I've already cut them. Look, I washed them and peeled them and then cut them down. You cut them down into the sizes that you like. I like mine to be a little bit bigger. I've seen some people, including a friend of mine, and he makes them, they like scallop, round circles like that. But I like a nice chunky, piece of soft potato like this, covered with that gravy and onion, right? So I got this done. We're gonna cover this and we're gonna boil them, and we're gonna boil them in this chicken broth, right? So we gotta have chicken broth. I'm gonna use 2 cups. First we're gonna cover this, and then we're gonna have 2 cups right here. That's what we're gonna make our gravy with, right? You gotta have flour. I'm using Creole Kick because you guys know that we gotta, season our flour, right? And then we got some red pepper flakes right here. So we're gonna get all this into the gravy. I'm just gonna tell you this right here, it just saves you a lot of time. And then when you wanna up the flavor profile, use that Creole Kick. Now, if you guys don't have Creole Kick, or you ordering it and you're waiting for it to come to you, go ahead and use a little seasoning salt, or you can just use salt and pepper. But the key is this right here, and getting these soft with that chicken broth, right? So it's super easy. And then listen, you gotta have onions. Hope you guys can see that. You gotta have onions. So we got our onions right here. You can see, I just cut them any old kind of way. This right here is good, so you guys can see. This is gonna render down just fine. So first thing I'm gonna do is, let's get this open. Now what we wanna do is we just wanna cover our potatoes, because this is what we're gonna boil it in. And then we're gonna use a toothpick just to make sure that they soft, to the way we like it. So this right here is good enough, right? So I'm gonna put this on the stove. Let me get this to start to, making this tender, and then we're gonna go ahead and make this gravy. Okay, I got my potatoes on, and they coming up to a boil, so we getting those soft. Now I'm gonna show you 2 ways. Now I'm gonna go ahead, preheat my skillet. For those of you that don't use pork, I got an option for you. When you make your gravy, you can use 2 tablespoons of butter. But for myself, I'm gonna go ahead and start off with 2 tablespoons of bacon grease. We're gonna go ahead and put that in here. And then we're gonna, once that heats up, and that's what we're gonna start to saute our onions with. Okay, now that our cast iron skillet and our bacon grease is up to temp, I'm gonna go ahead and just add, my onions. And what I do right here is, look, I just get them coated, with the grease. You know what I mean? We under a medium high, which is 375 degrees. So once we got them coated, we're gonna give these a head start, just to start to get these to render down a little bit. Now that's up to you. You guys can put as much onion in here as you like, but this little combination for the little bit of potatoes that I'm doing, this right here is just right. Now, you see once they start to brown like this is where I like it. Once you see this right here, we good. You can feel when you pushing it with your spatula, how soft they starting to get. You don't wanna go down no more than this, because listen, they're gonna continue to cook in the gravy also, right? So, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna take my flour, I'm gonna add my Creole Kick to it, and my pepper flakes, right? Just give it a little mix, just like that. And then what we're gonna do is, we're just gonna go ahead and sprinkle it a little in. Just kind of like sprinkle it evenly throughout. Now you just wanna work it, back and forth, cook some of that flour taste out. You'll see it starting to thicken up. You'll see it cooking down. This process takes about at a medium-high heat, you figure you should go about 1 minute just doing this here. Now you guys can add garlic to it if that's what you would like. You know what I mean? But for myself, I like it just the way you see it. Don't worry about this little flour that you see right here on the sides and all of that. Because listen, once we put this chicken broth in there, we're gonna get it all in there and get it all worked in. And then we're gonna cook it until it thickens up. Meanwhile, you wanna keep your eyes on your potatoes, right? You wanna make sure you don't cook them down too far. You just want them to be toothpick tender, really to your desire, however you like them, to be honest with you. Now we'll go ahead and introduce our broth. And we'll just keep moving that. If you guys been following me, you know when we make this gravy, it's all about keeping everything moving. You know, we just do a little bit at a time, let it absorb and start dissolving some of that, you know, that flour. Then we just continue on a little bit more. And you'll see it once it starts to thicken up a little bit more, then you can go ahead and add the rest. Remember, everything in increments. So the main purpose is to get all of your chicken broth inside of there, right? And then what you want to do is you want to keep it moving, and then you can see it. You want to make sure you don't have no flour clumps or nothing like that. You want it to be a nice, smooth blend. Now, you see, once you start, listen, the longer you cook this gravy, the thicker it's going to get, right? So I like to see it about like right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce it down to a medium low. Reason I'm doing that is because I don't want it to thicken up much more, because now I want to check my potatoes. If those are ready, I'm gonna go ahead and put them in a colander. You know what I mean? Let them, you know, get all of the broth off, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put them inside of this, and we're gonna cook it for just a little bit longer, and we'll let it thicken up from there. But now would be a great time to get yourself a spoon, and what you want to do is you want to taste it. You want to see if you need anything else. And look, I like to show you guys this so you can see the consistency. You see how it coats, you can see how it drips. That right there is what I'm looking for. All right, so let's taste it. I think you can use a couple of pinches of salt. I'm just hitting it with a little kosher salt. We'll get this mixed in. And remember, that's one of the things that I love about Creole Kick. The sodium is low, right? So it allows you to add whatever you need without going overboard. So what we're gonna do is get us a fresh spoon, retaste it. And that right there is money, you guys. Now remember, you taste it and you fix it up to your palate, you know, but it's got the right amount of bite to it. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but listen, you guys gotta try it. Then if you didn't know how to make gravy, if this is your first time seeing somebody make gravy, you can see just how easy it is. Now we're gonna move, let's check these potatoes. Now, look at my potatoes. You really can't tell how soft they was because I didn't show you guys when I stuck the toothpick in them. But when I stuck the toothpick in, it goes right in. When I lift it up, it slides right out. And then all you wanna do is get it in there, and you wanna like be careful with them. Just fold them over so you can get some of that gravy on top. Because you know why? We're gonna cover it and then we're gonna cook it for about 5 to 7 minutes, right? Then when they done, this is what you'll come up with right here. Hey, look at that. I gotta say this, listen, and I'm not saying it to be funny, but if your mouth is not watered right now, then ooh boy, something gotta be wrong. Hey, but that right there, that's that fire, folks. Hey, listen, that's Big Mama Special, the letter G at Roscoe's. So take a look at that. You even got the cheesy eggs and the buttermilk biscuit on the side right there. But all I can tell you is you guys gotta trust this process. You'll learn how to make this gravy and boom. So tell me what you guys think about this one here. Another one of them super easy to follow, super flavorful. Hey, just hands down, this right here, if it don't say a soul food breakfast / brunch, I don't know what will. Hey, so I'm not finna over talk it. I'm finna just go ahead and show you guys. Here it is again. Now I'm finna just hit it, you know what I mean? Ooh, man, these potatoes and these onions is just right. Cheers, y'all. I like my potatoes to do just what this did right here. Just as soon as I put it in there, it just melts in my mouth. Along with that soft onion. Hey, hands down. Hey, you gotta do this one right here. Let me get a napkin, let's close this video. Out of sight, that's all I can say. Now, don't forget, this is my entry for week 1 in July for Soul Food Sundays. That's the hashtag Soul Food Sundays. Now, you guys got to go by and take a look at the channel, Soul Food Cooking, which I'll leave a link to their channel up here. You guys got to go by there and take a look at that. You know, what they have brought to the table for this week. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is, but I'm eager to get over there and take a look myself. Also, if you guys just put in the search bar, hashtag Soul Food Sundays, you'll see other channels or other creators or even a person that just wanted to upload a video and wanted to show it to the world and be part of this. They'll have that hashtag and they, you know, in their title, and then you guys will be able to take a look at that also. Hey, so with that being said, listen, if you're new to my channel, let me just say, hey, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe and tell everybody out there there's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. And you know what? I know I talk about, hey, I'm out of here, peace, but this is the truth. I'm finna tear into these potatoes right here. Hey, I'm gone, y'all. Peace.